So welcome, welcome. So embodied spring flow is what this class is called. And for those of you that haven't practiced with me before, my style is called self-awakening yoga. I learned it from my teacher, Marissa Rada Wepner. And self-awakening yoga is really about what's going on in our internal landscape. So it's getting to know the self and then how we bring that energy out into the world. So even in our yoga practice, it's what arises throughout that sequence, that hour that we've devoted to getting to know ourselves through yoga philosophy and movement and breath. And so when we think about embodied, that's bringing our awareness back into the body. So we drop out of the thinking mind and more into the heart space and into the belly and start to listen to all of that biofeedback and those beautiful wisdoms that the body has for us. And often we get really busy and maybe even disconnected from the body, and we don't hear those messages, or we don't necessarily feel what the body is trying to tell us. So that'll be the embodied part of our practice as we move through the different poses, really listening to the body and meeting ourselves where we are. I have some props. There's a chair, which I don't know, I might not actually use the chair today. I thought we were going to have somebody join us that might need it, but you can always use a chair if it's uncomfortable to be on your knees, or doing inversions like a downward facing dog might be difficult. We have some yoga blocks. And if you don't have them, I know not everybody does, you can use, I've actually used like hardcover books. A blanket, a thin blanket is kind of nice that you can fold. This helps elevate the hips up. And then cushions. This is just like a meditation cushion, but you can grab a couch cushion, you can grab a bed pillow, and that helps to elevate your hips up and relieve some of that tightness in the hips and the knees. And then spring. So we're, about a week off of spring happening, the equinox and the energy of spring. And maybe you've been feeling it. There's kind of this like budding, this sprouting, this like pushing through. If you think about a seedling that's starting to sprout up through the ground, it really has to push. And so we might experience some of that energy too. And it could be exciting, it could be joyful. And it could also be a listlessness or feeling restless or even agitated. I know that happens for me sometimes, where there's this built up energy and not maybe enough doing to expel it or to recognize it. So we'll be doing some twists. I always love doing twists in the spring to help detox if you have stuck energy or just any kind of toxins within the body and then in the lymphatic system. We kind of just help to squeeze those out. So we'll do some of that. And then I love drawing cards for inspiration. So we have from the Earth Warriors Oracle deck, this is my newest card deck, we have Nana Baluku. Isn't that beautiful? And it's she rests to create. So she is the African grandmother creator. The supreme feminine creative principle is kind of what she embodies. And so this is what the book, just a little forward says about this card. So your energy is a precious resource, and there are ways of being that can enhance it, amplifying it and replenishing it. Give yourself sufficient rest, and you shall find the way forward more effortless. Explore the lifestyle that grows your inner resources rather than requiring constant exertion and exhaustion to accomplish an endless list of external pursuits. You need the shift in being now because you are ready to accomplish more. For this to take place, there needs to be less effort and more wisdom. Trust and value what can be accomplished through rest. So that, I think, really is a beautiful coincidence to draw this card with the energies of spring, where there's just lots of momentum, forward momentum, movement, this desire maybe to create, but to always remember to reel back and give ourselves the space and the rest that we need. Oh, somebody's calling me. We'll just go ahead and I'm even on do not disturb. All right. So spring. So feeling that energy of Nana Baluku and knowing to take the time to rest. So even in our practice today, just feeling that energy of knowing when to push and knowing when to pull back. All right, so if you are going to start your playlist, the Spotify one, go ahead and do that now. And I'm going to have you start lying down on your mat. So you're going to be lying on your back. Come back here to my mat. So lying in reclining mountain, so a little different than Savasana. Savasana, we're getting more relaxed and letting go more. In reclining mountain, we're beginning the yoga practice, so our awareness is at the forefront. So settle in, let the feet be a comfortable distance apart. The hands are a little ways away from the body. There's a little bit of space between the armpit and the side body. And close the eyes. And you're taking this first moment to just settle into the body and notice. Notice how the body feels. What sensations are arising in this moment. Noticing your thoughts. We're going to let one more person in. Welcome, Holly. So Holly, we're just in reclining mountain right now. Feel free to turn on your camera if you'd like, so I can see you. So as your body settles, imagine if your body were lying in the sand right now. What would the imprint of your body look like? As you sink into the pool of gravity. And starting all the way down at the toes, feel all the way into the bones of the toes and the feet. And allow the pull of gravity to pull on the muscle, the tissue, and the bones as you release. Moving up into the heels and the ankles, letting go even more. Feel the imprint of your calf on the floor beneath you. The shin bones melting into the calf. Knees moving downward. Thighs, hips. Release, let go. The low back and belly. The ribs, shoulder blades. Upper arms, lower arms. And then the hands and the fingers. Each finger, each bone, heavy, moving downward. The back of the neck and the throat. The back of the skull. All the muscles of the face, releasing, melting. Now from the top of the head all the way to the tips of the toes, a full body release. Feeling the whole body sinking. So we're starting in this place of deep rest, of non-doing, and meeting ourselves here in this moment. And in this relaxed place, bring your awareness to the breath now. So feel the way the body moves. There's that slight rise and fall of the chest and shoulders, perhaps. Maybe the belly moving in and out or up and down. Feeling the slight breeze at the tip of the nose. And now draw the inhale to a count of 4. So inhaling, 2, 3, 4, pause and hold, and then exhale, 2, 3, 4, pause at the bottom. And then again, inhale to the count of 4. So inhaling and exhaling to this count, just doing that count in your head. Notice how the mind maybe begins to still as it focuses on the breath. As you witness the breath, acknowledge the watcher, the witness, the one who's always there within you, observing, without judgment, without labels, just simply noticing all that's happening. So we'll invite these two guides with us throughout our practice, the breath and the watcher or the witness. As we see the biofeedback of the body as we move and breathe. Okay, open up your eyes and look up at the ceiling above you and find a spot, a drishti or an anchor point that's directly above your face. And we're going to bring the arms up so the palms are facing one another, fingers are up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to grab opposite elbows. So we're kind of in this extended crossed arm position. Keeping our eyes fixed on that anchor point, we'll begin to drop our elbows to the right. So right elbow extends away from the body, left elbow goes down towards the chest, keeping the eyes on your anchor point. Go down as far as the arms will let you. Take a few breaths here. Notice how the left shoulders come up, the sensations that are created. And then as you exhale, come back to center. Good, and again, inhale, dropping to the right again, keeping the eyes fixed on that point. Exhale back to center. Good, one last time, inhale to the right. Exhale back to center. Release the arms down by the sides, close the eyes. And notice any sensations that were created and are present right now. Does one side of the body feel more open or fluid or have more sensation than the other? Okay, opening the eyes again, find your anchor point above you, arms come back up, grabbing opposite elbows again. You can even try to do the non-habitual way, so the other arms on top. And keeping our eyes fixed on our anchor, we'll drop our elbows to the left. Pause here as you're extended, and again, notice how the right shoulder maybe has come up. Notice the left arm and where it connects with the floor, if it's hovering. Exhale, come back to center. Good, inhale back to left. Exhale back to center. And again, one last time to the left. Eyes fixed above, back to center. Good, release the arms again. Close the eyes. And again, just notice. Feel into your body. Okay, now one last time, arms up overhead, clasping opposite elbows. This time our gaze is gonna follow our arms. So looking to the right elbow, let the gaze lead. So as the gaze begins to fall to the right, the arms follow. As you exhale, come through center. Let the gaze fall over to the left elbow as the arms fall to the left. Back through center. And then just moving here from side to side, rhythmically with the breath. Noticing how maybe there's a deeper movement as you allow the head to fall from side to side. How does it feel in the neck and in the shoulders? Pause in the center, release the arms one last time down to the sides, close the eyes. Noticing tingling or streaming, whatever sensations are there. Okay, step the feet up towards the hips. We're going to roll to one side, come up to seated. And just finding an easy seat. Grab a cushion if you want to elevate the hips or a blanket. Okay, we're going to take the shoulders and scrunch the shoulders up. So shrugging all the way up to the ears. And then roll the shoulders back and down. Shoulders coming forward, up to the ears and back. So just these nice, slow circles. Feel into the neck. Even allow the head to move, yes and no. Good, and then switch directions. So as we shrug up towards the ears, shoulders come forward, down and back. You can root through the sit bones. So feeling grounded through the sit bones as you reach upwards through the crown. Good, pause. Okay, dropping the right ear towards the right shoulder. And then tucking the chin, gaze goes towards the chest, and then left ear towards left shoulder. Just these half circles. Chin drops back down towards the chest, right ear to right shoulder. So really just feeling into the muscles of the neck, into the traps, the shoulders. Mine are feeling quite stiff today, so this feels pretty dang good. Good. Head back to center. Extending right arm out to the side body here. So fingertips just maybe gently touching down on the floor. Inhaling left arm up. Bringing the left hand to the right ear. Gaze stays forward. Draw the left shoulder away from the ear and begin to bend the left ear towards left shoulder. Just stretching all the way through the side of the neck, all the way down to the fingertips. Tuck the belly in slightly. And then begin to rotate the head. So looking up towards the ceiling just slightly. You have that gentle pull on the side of the head, and then the chin comes down towards the left armpit. Letting the breath move with you. Good. Coming back to center with the head, release the left hand down. Pause for a breath. Good. And then extend left fingertips out. Right arm comes up. Right hand to left side of the head. Right ear coming towards right shoulder and armpit. Release the shoulder blade down on the back. Breathe into the side body, into the shoulder, the neck. Fingertips reaching away, and then slight gaze upwards. And then chin coming towards right armpit. So we start out with these slower, intentional movements. Just listening to our bodies. Good, back to center, release the arm. Okay, roll the shoulders, shake it out. And we're gonna come to hands and knees. So finding ourselves in tabletop, wrists in line with shoulders, knees in line with hips. And perhaps just finding a little bit of organic movement here with cat-cow. So you can do like a traditional cat-cow as we drop the belly on the inhale, the chest, gaze, and tail come up. Exhale, round, push the floor away, belly button in towards the spine. So you might stay here with just this traditional cat-cow, or maybe you start to bend into the side body in more of a barrel roll. Or even finding snake spine, like you're slithering the spine in an S curve from side to side. So as with any practice that I teach, I always encourage you to move in the way that your body wants you to. I'm here just as a guide with mere suggestions that you ultimately decide what's right for you. Okay, coming to center, we're gonna extend right leg back. So we're up on the ball of the foot and just some slight rocking here. So moving through the ankle to the tips of the toes, rocking forward, shoulders moving towards the front of the mat. Good. Okay, let's do the other side. So left leg's extended now, rocking. It's feeling into the muscles of the back of the legs, the joints of the ankle and the toes. Good, coming back into tabletop. Okay, we're gonna kick the left foot out towards the left side of the mat. Plant the left hand in front of the face and then extend the right leg back. So we're coming to the inside of the right foot for a supported side plank. So we're resting on the knee and the top of the right foot, and then the sole of the left foot, and then the sole of the right foot. Inhale the right arm up. Find lift in the right side body. So that right hip, it's like there's a string attached to it. And we pull upwards as we root. Maybe even the right arm coming up overhead as the fingers point towards the front of the mat. Good, inhale the arm back up. Coming back down into tabletop. Kick the right foot out. Extend the left leg. Side plank on the other side. So feeling the connection points of the body that are rooted to the floor. And then feel that rise in the rest of the body as you push the floor away. Extending overhead, if you like. Inhale the arm back up and release back to tabletop. Tuck the toes, scoot the fingertips forward, and then lift up the knees. So hovering here, begin to send the hips back towards the heels. So we're in this crouching downward facing dog, and then lift the heels up. Lift the hips up. Knees can stay bent. And then just welcoming your body into this inversion, this downward facing dog, so you can pedal out your feet. You can bring the knees underneath the opposite side for a little twist action. Okay, and then finding some stillness. Look to the hands, fingers are spread wide.
Feel yourself rooting through the thumb and the index finger. Heels moving towards the mat. Maybe the heels are still lifted and there's a slight bend in the knee. Okay, looking forward to the hands, step the right foot up. Drop the left knee. So we're here in a low lunge. And again, we're going to just find that rocking action. So straightening the front leg as we rock back into the left and then forward back into our lunge. And again, you can find some dynamic movement here. So you might even twist, maybe pushing the thigh away. Okay, and then pause, untuck the toes, top of the foot flat on the mat. Inhale, bring the hands to the hips. Hips are square, again, feeling that rooting action through the base of the right foot and top of the left. And then inhale, arms up. So we root down into gravity and then rise as we move up and away. Even breath. Bring the fingertips together. Hands come down the midline to the heart. So preparing to twist here. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And as we twist, twist the torso. So hips stay relatively square as we twist towards the right side. And we can keep the hands here in prayer. We can release the hold the outside of the leg. You can even open the arms. So just, again, meeting yourself at your comfort level. How hard do you want to push? How soft do you want to be? Good. Inhale back through center. Release the hands down to the mat, untuck the left toes, step back into downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths here. Reground. Maybe check back in with the breath, the body. Looking forward to the hands and step the left foot up. Right knee down. Again, finding that dynamic rocking and movement. Feeling into the hips, the hamstrings. Good. Okay, finding your low lunge again. Untuck the toes, top of the right foot grounding in. Inhale, hands to hips. Feeling that firm foundation beneath you. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, settle in. Release shoulders away from ears. Inhale, chest leads, fingers reach up. Fingertips meet on your next inhale, hands down to midline. Meet at the heart. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, twist to the left. Okay, finding whatever support you want or need. One more breath. Hands come back to the heart. Coming back through center, release hands down to the mat and tuck the right toes. Send the left foot back, downward facing dog. 3 rounds of breath. You can also come to child's pose here if you want, or just stay here in down dog. Okay, we're going to inhale the right leg up. So 3-legged dog, our toes are going to be pointed down towards the mat. So we're slightly turning that pinky toe inward. Our hips are square. Again, there can be a bend in the standing leg if needed. See if you can now bring that right heel just a little bit higher. Inhale, exhale, curl the knee in towards the nose. Drop the right foot between the hands. You might take a few steps to get there, but we're now finding ourselves in a supported high lunge. So the knee is up. If it's more comfortable though, you can always drop the knee back down. So we're going to come up to our peace fingers. So we're just have a little bit of connection with our fingers and the floor. Most of our support's coming from our feet in a standing lunge. And then we're going to lift the arms up off the mat. So for a charging lunge, palms face towards the ceiling, square the hips. So bring that left hip forward, right hip back. Inhale, come up, arms follow for high lunge. Okay, and again, dynamic movement. So maybe feel yourself sink or pulse a little bit here. Maybe playing with coming up on the ball of the back foot as you lift the heel up, noticing where you feel the most supported and stable. Okay, inhale, hands down the midline, and we're going to go into another twist. So again, you can drop the knee if you need more support. Inhale, lift, lengthen, exhale, twist. Okay, we can stay here. We can hold on to the knee, or we can bring the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Again, go to wherever your body feels like it's challenged enough, but not too much, right? We're that Goldilocks rule, not too much, not too little, just right. Good, inhale back through center. Arms reach up. Exhale, frame the right foot. Send the right foot back, three-legged dog. This time, open up the hips. We're gonna stack the hips. Right toes pointing towards the right side of the mat. Bend the right knee. And maybe just some little circles here with the knee, the ankle, and then shake out that leg. Return to downward facing dog. Okay, from here, we're gonna come up on the toes, roll through the spine as we come into a plank. And then we're gonna reverse that. Hips lift up as we roll through, coming back to downward facing dog. We're just gonna do that maybe 2 or 3 more times. Matching the breath. And on your third, stay here in plank. Knees can be up or you can drop the knees down. Slightly lean forward, just a little bit. And then we're gonna lower down slowly. So knees or toes, elbows stay in towards the ribs as we bring the chest and belly down. Shoulders roll back, tops of the feet root in. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the gaze, cobra. Exhale, release. Roll the shoulders back, again, inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. One more time, inhale, cobra. Hold for 2 breaths. Good, exhale, release. Push into the floor, tuck the toes, either coming through full plank or knees to downward facing dog. Pause here in downward facing dog or child's pose. And inhale the left leg up. So again, our hips are square, the toes pointing down towards the floor. Hands evenly rooting. And then lift the left heel a little higher. Inhale, exhale, curl the knee in towards the nose. Step the foot between the hands. Supported high lunge. Okay, feeling that nice foundation coming up on the peace fingers again. And then palms facing up towards the ceiling into charging lunge.
Inhale, rise. Settling in, finding where you feel the most supported, strong, steadiness with ease. Check back in with your breath. Good. Inhale, hands down the midline. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, twist to the left. Okay, remembering that if you need to drop down the right knee, you can do so. And then any version here. So we can extend arms out, hold the knee, or hook right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Find the length all the way from the right heel to the crown of the head, and then lift slightly through the left hip. One more breath. Good. Inhale back through center, extending arms up. Exhale, frame the foot, send the left foot back. Three-legged dog, open the hip. And any movement here, whether you bend the knee, rotate the ankle, shake it out. Downward facing dog, releasing into child's pose. So it can be a wide leg child pose. Maybe the arms come in between. Knees can be together. Forehead coming down, hands either stretched back by the feet. Maybe hands extending forward. And taking this moment to slow back down. Scan the body. Notice any information, any wisdom that the body might be talking to you about. And then notice, and then simply come right back to your breath. Even flow, inhale out and exhale. Okay, finding your way back into downward facing dog. Look forward to the hands, walk the feet up. So we're walking towards the front of the mat into a forward fold. Can be a slight bend in the knees. Shake out the head, shake out the hips. Inhale, we'll halfway lift, so our back is flat, crown extending forward. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees a lot here. Let the upper body rest on your thighs. And then really round through the spine as you come up slowly, intentionally, stacking each vertebrae, shoulders, neck, and then the head. Close the eyes and pause. Feel all the sensations in the body. Receive. Okay, opening the eyes. We're going to do one last standing posture. I wanted to do a little eagle, so we'll challenge our balance, playing with balance and with twisting. So feet are about hip distance apart. Bring all the weight into your left foot. Okay, we begin to play with this. For any of you that are newer to balancing postures, right? We just kind of play with the toe, touching down, lifting it up. And then we can cross and keep that toe down. For those of you that have done eagle, know what you're capable of, right? We get into it however's best for you. I like to bring my hands out to the sides, palm face forward. You can also bring them to the hips. Slight bend in that standing leg. And then we lift that right leg up. Back of the right thigh over the top of the left. Right foot squeezing in towards the left leg, maybe even wrapping that foot. Just kind of depends on your mobility and accessibility here. Okay, bring the arms up, and then we're going to take the left arm over the right as we cross. And then backs of the palms maybe meet, maybe even the fronts front of the hands meet, or we can even hold on to the thumb here. Okay, we're gonna sink in a little bit deeper. So as the legs squeeze in, elbows and knees in line, the midline body. Sit a little deeper. Fingertips move upwards and then hands move away. So there's this up and forward action with the arms. Feeling that all the way through the shoulders. Maybe sit a little deeper. And when you're ready, unwind and release. And then shake out that leg. Good. Okay, come back to mountain. All the weight now going to the right foot. Okay, so resting on the toes here. Playing with it, play with that balance. How does it feel? You can always come to the wall too if you need a little more stability. Okay, so all that weight in the right leg bent, left leg comes up. Back of left thigh meets top of right. Okay, and then the deeper that we sit, maybe the more we can twist our legs. And again, might just be right here. Okay, arms out, right arm over left. Backs of the hands meet, palms meet, maybe grabbing the thumb. Fingers moving upwards and away. Sit a little deeper. Breathe. When you feel complete, release. Shake it out. Feeling your breath. Noticing what arises. Feeling strong, focused. And when you're ready, we'll find our way back down to our mat. So however you want to get there, you can go through a flow, that's what I'm going to do, or you simply sit down. And let's come all the way down to our back. Knees come in towards the chest. If it feels all right, keep the thighs together. And then see if you can hook either the outsides of the knees in the elbow pit, or just grab hold underneath the knees here. If it's uncomfortable to have the knees together, you can bring them wide, and then the thighs go to the outside of the torso. And then just a little bit of rocking here from side to side. Okay, back into center. Inhale, lift the head up, chin tucks in towards chest, forehead moves towards knees. So we're this tight little seed. The seed for spring. What do you want to plant? What do you want to have grow? Good, and release. Let the legs go long, arms flop out to the side, rest. Okay, step the right foot in. And then we're going to take the left ankle over the right thigh, just above the knee, or a figure four, or a reclining pigeon. Start to bring the heel in towards the hip, the heel of the right foot, flex in the left foot. And then if it's comfortable, we're going to lift the right foot up off the floor. Hands are going to wrap around either the back of the right thigh or the shin. Keep a flex in the left foot to protect your left knee. And then shoulders, bring the shoulders back down towards the mat. And the left shin in towards the chest. Roll the right foot, release it. So it's floppy, heavy. Good. Set the right foot back down, uncross the left foot. Let the right foot now come up, crossing over, ankle over left thigh. Step the left foot in. This might be enough of a stretch for you too, just to leave the foot down. You can push the right knee away or lift the left foot up. Right arm shoots through the window of the legs, left arm wraps around the side, grabbing hold of the back of the thigh, the shin of the left leg. Flex right foot, push the right outside of the right knee away from the upper body as you simultaneously pull the right leg in towards the chest. Shoulders release away from ears and down into the floor. Good, release. Let both legs go long. Okay, we're gonna do a reclining twist. Lots of versions for reclining twists. Knees can be bent, knees can be straight. You do you and I'll do me. I'll walk you through a different one version of it. So I'm gonna bring my left leg up so that the shin is even with the ceiling. Then I'm gonna drop that leg over to the right. Have a slight tuck in the tail here. And then notice your left shoulder. A lot of times that left shoulder likes to kind of creep up. See if you can crawl the right fingertips away to bring the right shoulder down and maybe even allow the left shoulder to release. Gaze can go up towards the ceiling, or you can look back towards that left hand. Good. Inhale, engage the core as you bring the left leg back to center. Drop the left foot, recenter the body. Left leg goes long. Right shin parallel with the ceiling, and then right leg drops towards the left. Adjusting. And sometimes you might find that the leg that's on top might just be hovering in space. If that's the case for you, bring the right foot to rest on top of the right or the left leg. If you notice any tension, see if you can breathe and make space around it. Like you're almost like you're creating a window. So I know for me, I'll feel some tension and pulling right here in my spine on a twist. As I inhale, I focus on bringing the chest away, the shoulders up, and the hips down. So creating an extension around that spot. Good, inhale back through center. Release the legs long, arms up overhead, full body stretch. And then take this next minute for any organic movement that your body might want. And then when you're ready, coming back down to your mat into Savasana. You get your layers on. Eye pillows are always nice for that final resting pose, just to keep any light from getting to the eyelids, through the eyelids. And then before you close your eyes, I want you to look at this card one more time and notice the circles that are around her head. They kind of have this mesmerizing effect. So as we go through Savasana, I'm going to kind of have a visual guided meditation for you with those images. So settling in, getting comfortable, allowing the body to now let go. So we've done our practice, our movement practice. And now we're allowing the body to have that rest. We've put in the work. And now is the time for us to take that counterpart of rest and restoration. So again, if you were lying in the sand, what impression would your body make? Would it be different than the impression that it made at the beginning of the practice? Would your body sink in deeper? Maybe it feels heavier or softer. Feeling the breath rhythmically moving, the chest, the belly. So here we are in this restful state, allowing yourself to feel fully supported, allowing yourself to slow down. The thoughts are calm, the body's calm, a sense of calm in all the layers of our awareness. And bring to mind the image of the card, the Nana Baluku, with the 4 circles. And visualize those 4 circles surrounding your head. And just slowly, in your mind's eye, shifting your gaze from one circle to the next. Notice the intricacies of the circle, how they have almost an hypnotic effect. These mandalas of energy that surround you. Shifting and moving the gaze from left to right and right to left, all within the mind's eye. Feeling even more relaxed. And now imagine, maybe even feel that the thoughts in your head are slowly trickling out into each of these circles. The thoughts becoming fuzzy and soft as they fill each circle. Your head feeling lighter, maybe even empty. And then allowing those circles to begin to evaporate, just like a puddle of water on a hot day. Slowly getting smaller and smaller until all that's left is a deep sensation of relaxation, of peace and calm. And now allowing your awareness to come back to your physical space. Visualize the room that you find yourself in. Visualizing the walls, the ceiling, the floor. Feeling your body connected to the surface beneath it. And beginning to deepen the breath. Maybe taking in a nice deep inhale. Maybe opening the mouth, an audible sigh as you exhale. And then gently beginning to bring back more movement. So you're welcome to stay here as long as you like. And when you're ready, slowly coming back out. You can wiggle fingers and toes, stretching. Feeling as though you've woken up from a restful and beautiful nap. And in your own time, finding your way back up to your seat. And let the hands rest in the lap, have a soft gaze, or even closing the eyes. Again, notice how you feel. Notice if there's a change in the sensations from the beginning until now. Bring the hands to the heart center, slight tuck of the chin, deep bow of gratitude for taking this time for self-care, for restoration, for getting to know the self on an even deeper level. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you soon.